there. How you doing? How'd you like my hair? I washed it this morning, blow dried it, and then tried to... This was all nice and cold. It's flopping down over my face. Yeah, I washed it this morning. Oh, and a new top. New top. It's long sleeve t-shirt. Only thing I don't like is for the winter, like the neck is very big. But on a spring sort of day, it's probably going to be good in the spring. I bought about 6 of these in different styles. Now, stupidly, I did the same thing last time when I ordered 4 or 5 t-shirts. I accidentally ordered 2 with the moon. I've got one that's got the full moon, the small crescent moon, and some stars around it down the middle like the butterflies. And when I was opening up the bags, I went, oh my God, I've done it again. I bought 2 of them. And you can't, like, for me to send it back, the postage, it's just ridiculous. So anyway, I messaged my niece and I said, hey, I've done it again. Do you want a long sleeve t-shirt? It's yours if you want it. So yeah, I've got 2 of this moon one. I should have worn the moon one today, but I wasn't sure whether I was going to be able to get on live because they've got things going on in the room over there. That's where I normally like to be, especially in winter. They've put the heaters on. It's starting to get a little bit warmer in here, but the wind's coming through the open roof, and that wind is, when it starts blowing, it's blowing around, circulating in here, very, very cold air. Like right now, it's starting to do it again. Every time I see that plant moving, I know that the wind's starting to come in. And I just felt my vitamins in my pocket, which I forgot to take. I just sent a message to Bethel, who was wanting to catch up with me, and I totally forgot to reply to her. And she said, is everything okay? I haven't heard from you in some time, which is strange. And I looked at when she last sent me a reply, and it was 2 weeks ago. So my apologies if you're listening. My apologies about that. We have donations coming in right now. Can you speak English, please? Whatever that name is there. You just put a picture of an owl up on the screen. English only in this room, please. Yes, Erica's donation came in first, and then my screen went up and Crystal has donated. So we've got Erica first and then 2 for Crystal. Yeah, I seen yours. Chris, yours came in after Erica. So we've got Erica first and then Chris. Okay, Erica, what is your... on PayPal, let me go and have a look. Actually, this one might be working today. I'll have a look here. I'm going to sell this because I rarely use it, and it's I'm going to sell it, and then I'm going to be getting a iPhone 16, I think, probably a 16, and then this one I'm using right now will be my spare one, and this one will be gone. This is an 11. Probably won't get much for it at the... Where is PayPal? Oh, there it is. The heaters are on. Yeah. Thank you. Something went wrong. Okay. Wi-Fi. Public Wi-Fi. Okay, let me just quickly check everything. Everybody here helps me out. I went up to a young woman that really nice that works normally in the cafe and restaurant, and I said, any chance you can put some heat on in there? It's just too cold. She said no problem, got some remote, turned it on. I'd gone and asked the janitor if he could do it, and he said go and ask someone at the bar. He was just coming to see if I was okay, whether they turned the heater on. And before that, the woman there's a woman that works in the restaurant, she was outside waving to me, so pretty much everybody knows me here. Okay, so Erica. So is Lance's ex-wife trying to work out what's going on, whether you've bought yourself a new car or something? I don't see how this is any of this woman's business. I mean, she needs to get a life and just sort of move on, you know? It's been years now. You know, when is she going to just go on with her life? It's crazy. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So Erica would like to know, first reading for the day. Now we can take on one more detailed reading if somebody wants one, and then we might have to put everything on pause after Chris's readings, after one more reading comes in. At the moment everything should be fine. What's going on with Lance's ex-wife? Is she trying to work out what's going on around? Has Erica got herself a new car, or what's going on around the car? Now, before I put them all out, we'll say that the spades represents the ex-wife, and that the hearts represent you and your husband. Or your kids, you know, the family. Fives are the car. We've got one black 5 at the moment. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we've got another black 5 here. So yeah, definitely she's investigating something to do with the car. It's like she's not getting the information that she wants. Double jacks is normally a new job or a new sequence of events going on. It can be plans of travel and movement, especially with the jack of clubs, which you have right beside a 5. So this would represent the car itself, these two together. The fact that it's black, this is where someone's getting frustrated trying to find out information. Okay, this would be Lance or the child, the son, the daughter, whoever it is. This would be asking questions, having a conversation, sort of not really knowing what's going on there. This here is movement forward about the right thing to do, trying to make some sort of plan, financial plan going on there. This would be the house as well, that you've got the house, you've moved into the new house, all of this sort of thing. It does look likely that she's trying to find stuff out, trying to have conversations and find things out, but the black 5 at the top and the black 5 at the bottom would tell me where people are just not giving her the information that she wants. And basically, like I said, it's none of her business anyway. He bought you a car, okay? No, because... What? Oh, you keep it in the garage. Okay. All right. Oh, well, congratulations on your new car. Good for you. Okay, so her challenges that she has is, this is normally somebody that supports you, okay? This is financial structure and support. So she feels that she's owed. I always feel that this woman feels that she married him first. She had a child with him. She had plans for their future of what they would be doing in their life if they were still together, right? This is where she feels that he should be looking at her with some kind of concern and responsibility. The king is not looking at what she wants, okay? This is sitting behind him. See how the king's looking that way? This is behind him. This is somebody that wants to make a plan with him, somebody that wants him to take care of the situation. She's got this feeling of irresponsibility on his part. You know, like, where was this concern, this responsibility for her? You've got you in her problem area. You are her problem. The fact that he loves you, he's with you, he's bought a brand new house together, he's bought you a car. So you're sitting in her problem and her complications. Also, we have an upside down document. This is a document that where somebody's angry about that it didn't work out. This can be something to do with a fine or pushing a matter and then losing. So this literally, in her challenge area, is you feeling that somebody should be taking care of her. Also, somebody not taking care of responsibility here, but also she feels that she doesn't win. You know, this is somebody that, where's my car? Where was this when I was with him? Why did we not get a brand new house together? Why did he not buy me a car? So is she trying to find out about this car? Definitely. Looks like she's definitely trying to find out about this car. With the Jack of Hearts at the top, I'd say that's through the children, having conversations, you know, what's going on over there? What have they got now, you know? Moving forward with her, you've got this where she wants to try and have something. This is where somebody reaches out to somebody else and says, let's make a deal on this, let's have a commitment with each other. We have Lance in her future endeavour sitting amongst the blackness. This is where somebody, he's in the middle of this, all right? So she wants to break in, but she can't because he's done with her, he's divorced her, he's done everything he has to, the case is closed with her. So I feel that once she knows for sure and where that car came from, eventually she will know, if she doesn't already. She's going to try and put something forward about, you know, if you had any kind of concern for me whatsoever, you would know that I need a car, or, you know, like, can I have the car that she used to have, or whatever. So I just feel that she, for some reason, seems to think that she married him first, she had a child with him, you came along later, she's owed. And I know people that feel that way. Her husband cheated on her, ended up marrying that person, and years on, like 20 years on, she sits there and talks about seeing that they went on this holiday that her and her husband had planned, or that they bought by you got paid a substantial amount of money, and, you know, that's his life for her now. So I feel that Lance's ex-wife, although she is the ex-wife, she feels owed. And any time you buy a house, which she did, she's like, where's my part? Or just don't be surprised if you find out that she's struggling to pay the rent, or she's needs surgery or something, and she doesn't know where she's going to get the money, or it just feels like she's going to come up with some kind of strategy, because she knows that obviously you must have some kind of money because you've got a new house, new car, you know, so she feels that, you know, maybe there could be some generosity in the future. We have this where she's talking to some other female. There's some other female involved in why she takes so much interest in what's going on with you and Lance. This person is sort of like trying to tell her to do things this way and that way. I'm hopeful that this means that she's going to meet up with somebody and kind of leave you guys alone, because it could mean that somebody's going to come into her life. She basically wants to sabotage what you have and what you do. She's literally, to me, it looks like she's literally waiting for you two to fall apart, because she was with him, she had a child with him, and it fell apart for her own causation, from what you told me. So she's waiting for it to fall apart, and it's not falling apart. Okay, let's just quickly do top and bottom of these. The buzzer's going. Okay, we need to put a pause on all readings because we have a super chat of $5 there. What's the $5 for? Is that for two $2 readings or something? Yeah, anyway, I'll have a look at that in a minute. Let's just finish this off for Erica. What's going to happen with, what's Jahan trying to do? What's Jahan doing? So your main question was, is she trying to find out about the car and all, you know, whether you've got a car and all of this? I'd have to say yes. It looks like she's doing it through, if Lance and her have a friend that talks to both of them still, I'd say that that's where the information's coming from. She's got not only the child that they had, the children or whatever, but there is a friend that is between the two of them. And that's where it would be coming from, and it's a female. Hopefully that turnaround on the end of her cards is where she's going to move on with somebody new and not have any time to worry about what you and Lance are doing. Anyway, let's see what other information we got for you, Erica. What else does Erica need to know about Lance's ex and her butting into their life? I don't know. I think if my husband at some point in our marriage had moved on and everything, I don't know whether I'd be hanging around waiting or just doing my own thing, getting somebody else. But some people can and some people can't. Okay, she has got information coming in. She does want to have some sort of discussion and talk, but she will be unsuccessful in her endeavours. If this was this way, she would win something. She would get something that she's wanting. This is telling me that no matter what invitation she puts out there, no matter what kind of conversation or documents or anything, she will be unsuccessful on any kind of intrusion into what you two are doing. There is some kind of love thing coming towards her, but this also represents you and Lance and you keeping stable and within your own marriage, your own relationship, and don't let her interfere in what you two have. You are being told about taking time out and healing and just repairing and stepping back from something as well. Anyway, that's what we have. Welcome to the room, Bethel, Miss Barbie, you've got here. Unfortunately, Bethel, I already have some payments that have come in. Let me just check what's going on here, and I just wanted to check that Brian Oliver. Okay, now Brian Oliver, I don't believe you've been to my room before. With the Super Chat feature that I have on my channel, I was going to turn it off. I don't know if you're aware, but Super Chat, to use that facility, they won't pay me until I earn a certain amount of money from advertising and Super Chat, and I earn basically $0 from advertising on my channel. So that means I have to accumulate these payments through Super Chat, and then when they finally pay me, which might take a couple of months before I have enough money in there for them to pay me, they take 30%, I think it's 28 or 29% of the money. So that $5 you've paid me, I will be getting about $3.60 of that, okay? So the charges on the Super Chat is $2 for a yes and no question. So you've literally paid for 2.5 questions of the $2 ones. The mini readings are $9 on SUPACHAT and the detailed readings are $15. This is all US dollars I'm talking about, so 9 and 15 if you're going to use SUPACHAT. If you do have PayPal, it is $7 and $12 US dollars for mini or detailed. I don't really have the $2 thing going on PayPal, but if you want to pay the $2 thing on PayPal, you can. Just let me know. So I need to know whether that's just a $2 question or like a $2 questions that you want to do, Brian, when we get to you. But at the moment we have 2 questions for Crystal unless I'm doing them in private. So let me just see what's going on there. You've paid another $4. Okay, so this is for a mini reading for you. Okay. And Erica, I just seen where you said that in the past when they were together, he bought a home with her, he bought a car with her. Yeah. So, you know, but I think she thought that yous would eventually end up splitting up. All depending on when you met him, Erica. If you met him while he was actually still married to her and she feels that you stole him away or whatever, she will be thinking that it won't last, it won't work. But from what you told me in the past of what she did to him, he literally stuck it out and then did his own thing. Anyway, we're on to Chris. What are we doing for you, Chris? We can do your questions here. You can do Brian's question first and then yours. Okay, so Brian, but hang on, did anyone else pay on PayPal in between that? I thought something come up on the screen. Let me have a look. No, there's no more PayPal. Okay, so we'll do Brian's mini and then we'll go on to Chris with your 2 detailed questions, okay? All right, so Brian, how is Jeff currently feeling about me after I talked to him earlier today? This is a $9 Super Chat payment. Okay, so this is a mini read. And welcome to the room, Brian. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the channel, not the room. I'm used to being on chat sites years and years ago, and we called it room. Come to my room, come to my room. Okay, here we go. Brian would like to know, how does Jeff feel about him after the talk they've had earlier? How does Jeff feel about Brian now? How is Jeff feeling about Brian since they had a conversation earlier? How does Jeff feel? How is he connecting to Brian after they've had a conversation? So what we do, Brian, we do 5 at the top instead of 7 for a mini read. Then we do 9 cards underneath that for challenge and future and predictions. Bottom of the deck as well. Okay, bottom of the deck, this is somebody, if it was this way, I'd say this is a secret sort of connection, a feeling, a strong feeling, a friendship. It can even be a sexual kind of thing. This way, when it's reversed, it can simply mean that the person is not too sure whether they feel as strongly or not as strong. It can sometimes be where they feel that the other person is putting too much emphasis into something and they're not on it. So let's say that you put ABC in front of Jeff and you're really strong with how you feel about it. Jeff's kind of like got a little bit of B in there, but sort of feels like here. So you're here with what you want to do and how you feel. Jeff's there, but not there, okay? Now, the very first cards are telling me this situation between the two of you. Now, normally when we look at a relationship between 2 people, whether it's a business partnership, a friendship, a romantic relationship, we're looking for 2, 4, 6 in red. Okay, 2, 4, 6 is a harmony, a balance. You have 6 and 4 in black, which is telling me there's problems in what's going on with the two of you. The structure is not correct. The way you have done things, there's something about learning a lesson from the past. Okay, and the 6 is telling me that somebody not taking care of the responsibility that they were in charge of. Okay, so I literally feel like there's some kind of blame game or something like that going on. Here we have something hidden. So either you or Jeffrey not really putting it out there on the table about what's really going on. We're working on a new rock band together. There is somebody that has to go, okay? 3s, you have a 3 at the bottom. So this is where this is coming in. So you're talking about a rock band putting it together, right? This would tell me that this being upside down, you feel that, let's just use John, Jeff, Harry and Sally, okay? 4 people in this rock band, A, B, C, D. You feel that this works well. Jeff feels that that works well, not that. So there is a disagreement about a particular person being involved. Because this normally means where there's a discussion that I don't think this will work. This is where you're not saying or he's not saying how he really feels about it. And then eventually this is where somebody has to be taken out of this scenario. So let's say this was a business agreement. This is where one person strongly disagrees with the union and the other person is trying to put forward the case. The buzzer's going already, so we'll quickly get these out. This here is total disagreement about something. There is an energy here. This is not you or not Jeff. This is like, this doesn't fit. This person doesn't fit. Okay, so let's say that you're big into rap music. Okay, rap music. This would tell me that this person is a church singer, a gospel singer. They don't fit. Okay, so this is telling me about something that doesn't fit. Moving forward, there is a surprise coming in with a lot of hard work behind it. This is a lot of discussions, a lot of hard work, possible things about travelling, getting somebody else on board from overseas or interstate or something like that. So this is the hard work ahead and the discussions. The outcome is very good. The outcome is about your wishes coming true with what you want to happen. There is still a level of commitment is missing from somebody. I feel that this is you talking a business plan, but I also feel that somebody is not pulling their weight, basically. So let's say that you want to get a rock band together and you're supposed to practice 3 days a week, and somebody says, yes, I'm going to do it, and then they religiously just don't turn up. You know, and there's excuse after excuse. Oh, my girlfriend this, or my mother is sick, or... So I just feel that there is good energy there, a lot of stuff going to happen, a lot of hard work ahead, something to do with September, or 9 weeks or 9 months, which is going to take a while. But I also feel there is somebody in this picture that doesn't belong, that needs to be removed from the picture for it to work. So your main question was, how is he feeling about since the conversation come up? I feel that there's things hidden that weren't said. I also feel that there is somebody that you might want part of the picture, or he might want part of the picture that doesn't belong in the picture. Okay, that's what we get. So thanks for coming to the room. Hopefully that helped. We'll just quickly do 2 from the top and bottom of these for your reading. What else does Brian need to know about Jeff and the conversation? Okay, same again. We have a 3 of Swords energy here. This is 3 of Spades, same thing. This is where somebody doesn't belong. This is looking at all the options. Some of the options discussed are a bit of an illusion at the moment, like wishful thinking, so to speak. We do have a celebration in the near future where this sort of comes together. It may be telling you that you need to rely on some family members to help with what's going on. But there's also a card here telling you to keep the emotions out of this and treat it as a business discussion, because this is where you disconnect emotionally from something that's going on. So if there is a person that doesn't belong in this group that you're trying to pull together, that they don't fit, take the emotional connection out. Maybe this person's been alongside you or Jeff for a number of years. If you remove that from the picture, is this person beneficial to what you're trying to achieve? Anyway, that's what I'm getting. And good luck with it all. Okay, Chris, we're on to you. May you have a general for July, but the regular way, not broken up into... Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll do that for you. Okay. And Brian, if you are going to return and you could please get PayPal, I'd really appreciate it. It's cheaper for you, better for me. Okay, Crystal, general for July. We nominate certain cards as the same usual characters, clubs for G and spades for L. July, general reading for Crystal. What's coming in July? Apart from healing, what's coming your way? Business, relationships, finance, what do you need to do? I'd say that the top cards are telling me all about the hospital and everything. This would be food, medication, your general health and well-being, trying to keep things on track. This would be support, family, friends, and support and everything like that. This here is telling you stick to the plan, stick to what you've promised yourself you're going to do. The reason I said I feel this is to do with your leg and everything is because of these tens. This would be hospital, this would be where basically things have come to a standstill. This is like a freeze, stop, freeze, take your time. If we look at the top to do with business and work, I'd say that someone's reaching out to you, possibly a friend, about a position that's very, very official kind of position, a lot of paperwork, a lot of discussions going on, sealing the deal and ending and finishing contracts. Stuff like that. It looks like that's in the wings during July. I feel like you're looking at what works for you and what doesn't work for you and what you're going to finish up. It does look like you're going to be finishing something up in July in regards to work. In regards to relationships, this could stand for discussions around whether this divorce is going to proceed or not. Normally 2 black 10s with the ace in reverse like this and all of this black 9 stuff and black 6. It could mean disagreements, arguments about the whole situation. There is no 2 there, but the 2 is down here. That's why I'm thinking, is this a discussion about not doing the divorce or doing the divorce? It's like being on 2 sides of the fence with the whole divorce thing. Over here in the challenges area during July, you have an opportunity sitting in your challenge. This is something new, something you've been waiting for. It's an invitation to move forward and do something. We have a payment coming in from Alyssa up the top there. Hopefully I can get that done. Okay. Yeah, so this is an invitation to something new. You may be starting something new in July as well. Now, I'm assuming you're going to be working from home because of your leg, your knee. But this is also, if we look at the medical side of things, this is a new person to do with your medical healing. So this could be some new kind of therapy, so to speak. something new for the knee, some kind of new therapy, new medication, new therapy in some way, like physical therapy or exercise or something like that. So there is something new, beneficial to you. The reason I'm saying it might be a medical thing is because it's sitting in the challenge for you. So if they're telling you to get your leg and bend and bend and bend and like that, and it's going to help you, of course that's going to be bloody painful and everything. So this is sitting in the challenge for this new thing that you're going to do. But it's also very beneficial to you. You do have this black 2 about the commitment card. Now, because you've got these up the top and then this follows on in the next sequence, I'm feeling that this is discussions around what are you going to do about this connection and this divorce. On the one hand, we've got somebody taking care of responsibility, getting everything happening, making an agreement, and then on the other hand, we have somebody that's not stepping up to the plate. This literally can be an invitation that you need to thoroughly go over this invitation to see whether it's something you really want that can work, or is this person just half and half with what they're offering. Now, it's not showing me G or L in the reading. They don't come out at all in the July reading, but there's situations coming out, okay? Moving forward in July, I'm really, really liking this. We have the King of Hearts, which is love, supportive energy. It can be a family member, it can be G, it can be L. We've got you sticking to the plan, sitting right beside them. We've got this 5 turning into a 7. So this is progress. Now, if we look at this as work, this is really good with work. This is you seeing the road ahead, seeing that moving is what you need to be doing. I think you're going to, during July, while you're recuperating and healing, I feel that you're going to be looking at this moving away, moving to a new location, that this is where you need to be going. But you do know that there's somebody that doesn't agree with it, with this upside down heart. Now, I do remember we had a conversation about an auntie, I think it was, of yours that asked you not to go at this point, to postpone it. I feel that this is you looking at work and romance and the whole lot, that moving away and starting fresh is the only way that you're going to get to where you want to go. Now, is this the words that were said recently from Elle about moving away and making that start, that he wants to do that if that's what you want to do? Or is this G and you moving away and making this new start? It's not showing me which one it is. It's showing me that you yourself are thinking, while you're recuperating and you've got time when you're on your own, you're thinking about, this is what I need to do for me and this is what's going to work. But you do know that one person or more than one, I mean, this could be the auntie as well as G. If you side with L, this would be G's heart. If you side with G, this would be L's heart. Okay? So it's like you're stuck in the middle, but you do have a progressive plan happening and opening up the doorway in July, which is going to be very balanced. Now, as far as moving away, your outcome is showing not yet. Not now. There is a roadblock for now. We then have smooth sailing here. We have a possible pregnancy coming your way in the very near future, if that's something you're wanting. I really like this in regard to relationships, because it's not just showing two people together on a romantic adventure, it's showing two people as a family together, working as a family, working in tandem with each other, with their family, your family, and your own family together, right? I'm liking this, Chris, because your outcome cards are showing me a transition from any kind of stresses and then feeling and seeing a road ahead. In regards to your work, it looks like things are turning around. There may be something to do with an official legal kind of job where you're signing contracts and sealing the deal, but also I feel a finishing in one of the areas of where you're currently working. And this is something you've been waiting to change. Possibly it's the person that's been giving you curry at work gets fired or gets a new job and leaves, and then you become settled where you are. And it's not you going, it's them. But it does look like during July there's going to be talk about movement and moving away from where you are and starting fresh, new life. Whether that's with G or L, it did not show me at this point. It just showed me discussions about it. Okay, let's just see what we get here, and then we'll move on to your second question. What else does Chris need to know about July? What else does Chris need to know? What else does Chris need to know about July? We have at the bottom in July, this is usually healing and family, and it can represent pregnancy on the horizon. Nice energy sitting at the bottom of the deck. In your challenge area, we do have L. We have the King of Swords sitting here, which represents L in your challenges. We also have an upside down Ten of Swords. So things feeling pressured or pushed or whatever, but not so bad. Not as bad as it has been, but I also feel this is him. It's a challenge for you to know whether this is going to be making a solid plan with him. Now, this to me represents the court. This would then be the lawyer. Now, the fact that the reverse could mean a hold, trying to reverse this decision and come up with something new. But these three cards, the court and L and possibly changing a decision, is all sitting in the challenge in July. So I feel that he will be your challenge in July. Moving forward, we have a balance coming in where you're making firm decisions here and being successful with something. I do feel that this might represent you in reverse because you're getting a little bit confused as to which way you want to go moving forward, because possibly L's presenting himself in a total different light and you're thinking, should I go here? But also there's a lot of support and love and friendship going on with G, so should I go there? So I do feel that this is you just not sure which way you're going to go at this point, because they're showing different sides now. You're also emotionally disconnecting and moving forward to what makes us across from it. So that's you and him. Then we have, it's not me who, we have the Knight of Cups, which, as you know, is something becoming very solid with a solid plan, turning into the Lovers. This is soulmate, this is connection. So in July, there is going to be a solid decision finally coming out. Now, the only card that presented itself was L. The other one did not present itself, and I nominated that it was the Wands or the Clubs in the poker deck. So does that mean that you're going to accept this offer of help and finally have a proper talk with L, and something's going to change? Whatever it is, Chris, it looks very positive, and by the end of July, not only has your knee healed up, but I feel like you've got an agenda and you're set on this journey with your work, with your love life. It's looking like it's starting to come good, starting to come clear. The other cards we've got here is something about quick and fast movement. It can be careful of somebody acting like, you know, they're being very sneaky and sly. So they may be telling some stories, okay? You also in July have a firm commitment to somebody or something. We also have you will find your direction in July, but you're being told that just to take your time with the decision. Don't make a hasty decision. Just let it play itself out and see where it ends. All right, so the second one, really a general career in July. I say this is another general reading around just specifically around the job, okay? So what I think we should do, Chris, right now, are you working 2 jobs still? Because I want to nominate something that represents that particular job and something that nominate to represent the other job. Like as in Queen of Diamonds will represent one job and Queen of Clubs would represent the other job, or King or Jack or whatever. Okay, so are you currently in 2 positions? Okay, so the one job, I'll let you choose. Which symbol do you want to represent that particular job you're in right now? And it will be the Jack, Queen and King, all 3 of them. So clubs, diamonds, spades or hearts. Which one do you want for the job that you're in right now? And that osteopath therapy I had yesterday, this part here, it feels very hot and it almost feels swollen, and when I touch it like this, the therapy he did with this arm and pulling it and all of that, it's quite tender. I should have actually rubbed the magnesium cream on all of that. I rubbed it on before I went to sleep, but I didn't rub it on. Spades is hospital, right? 10 of spades is hospital, yeah. But medically speaking, doctors and nurses and that would be diamonds, King of Diamonds. The people that work in the hospital would be represented by the diamonds, but the hospital itself, the building itself, would be the 10 of spades. So being that it's medical, we'll say in regards to the people, the job you're in right now, it'll be the diamond people. If the 10 of spades comes out, especially next to a diamond person, it's talking about the job you're currently in. If the 10 of spades comes out with Queen of Clubs or whatever, okay, so that's how I'll do it. So if that 10 of spades comes out next to the Queen of Clubs or something, it's a different place, but it's still medical. It's still hospital or medical or whatever. Okay, so we'll do that. So we're going to choose diamonds for the people, Jack, Queen, King, and the 10 of spades is the hospital itself. Okay, hospital. Okay, let's get it happening. I can barely, I've got to sort of turn around like that. I should have put that, I should keep it in my bag, and I should have put that magnesium stuff in because it really helps. He did a hell of a lot of work here and basically nothing over here. When he brought the x-ray up, the CT scan of my neck, Chris, he showed like the top part from my skull to about halfway down was, you know, no problem. Then there is arthritis starting in one of it, and there's narrowing in the next one. But he said the pain is because this is extremely, it's locked up on this side. It's locked up in the muscle that goes from there down to my shoulder and at the back. And he said once we free this up and I do exercise, it should ease off with this pain. So I've got a set of exercises I have to do, as well as I'm going back for therapy in 2 weeks. I wasn't real keen on the therapy. I've been for osteopathic therapy before, and pretty much with one treatment I feel a lot of relief. I can't say that I feel a lot of relief. It feels better than it did, but I wouldn't say it's a lot of relief. All right. Yeah, Alyssa, we have you on the list. We're just doing Chris's detailed reading on work now, career. Show me July and business opportunities for Crystal. Now we nominate that the Jack, Queen or King of Diamonds and the Ten of Spades in particular, if they're sitting together, is her current job. The Ten of Spades in general is hospital or medical. If the Ten of Clubs is with it, it's more of a government kind of job, not just hospital. Anyway, what's coming her way in regards to business opportunities and career in July, and what's going on in her current job, which is represented by the Jack, Queen or King of Diamonds and Ten of Spades. Okay. Oh. Your first card out is, this card means a lot of work, but also feeling like you don't fit, something doesn't fit, right? Then you have the Seven of Diamonds, which is usually where you're looking at new opportunities, with the Seven of Spades. So you're looking at where you are and where you want to go, and you're looking at, this is a good journey, this is not for me. Guess what come out next, why I'm laughing? The Queen of Diamonds, the responsibility card, the Ten of Spades, the hospital card, and the King of Diamonds. So I asked, when I do the reading, the top cards is, what's the current situation? What's going on for you? Your current situation is you work with these people in a hospital atmosphere. You're taking care of responsibilities, but you're also being landed with this person's responsibilities. See how he's looking at this card? So he's putting forward in a negative way, because of the black 10, forward onto you over here. And then you're looking at this Seven of Spades saying, this is not the plan. This is not what I was told was going to happen. This was what I was told was going to happen. So it's currently showing me, you went into this job, you discussed the job, and the money is not really matching up with what you thought. I don't know if that's true or not, but this normally means the work you're being given is not matching the money you were told, you know. I think that what this is showing me is you're being landed with his contracts or whatever, which means you're not getting paid for his contracts. So this is literally just showing me that you're going to be looking at how can you finish this up in July. And the fact is, you've got the two sevens sitting there side by side, which is representing July. Okay. The janitor guy is just walking past. Whoa, holy cow. Wow. Your challenges in July is, this is not a challenge. This is feeling like you fit in, your responsibilities. You're going to get word about something else. This is a surprise coming in. It could be from somebody's father or mother saying there's a job opportunity coming up. It could be somebody that you know, a family member. You could come and work with me, Chris, or this is nice news coming in of an opportunity. Your challenge is finishing something off, ending something. The black 9 is one stage before something's done. So this is you trying to finish. 5s usually represent work and movement. A black 5 is movement that's just not happening the way you need it to happen, and this is trying to work out how to finish something because something else is coming in. Down the middle, when I went, whoa, we have 4 of hearts, 9 of hearts, 2 of hearts, 5 of hearts, and then we have the King of Clubs. So this is a different job. This is a different job. I feel a family energy, so you might be working, there might be an opportunity to work with family services. So this may be family services, not so much a hospital or medical, but family services. So people whose children have been taken away from them and their legal rights around all of that. I don't know what your specifics are with what you do for work. I know you've worked in the health insurance industry and I think legal side of things, but for some reason I'm picking up on this is to do with, if you are still in a hospital setting, this is working in maternity because this is baby boy, baby girl, and this is beautiful energy. Now, coming into your reading is a personal journey. Remember how I said G didn't show up in your... So this is like a beautiful thing coming personal, but it entwines with a job. So I don't know if he is going to tell you that he had a customer come into work and they're looking for a new person at their place of work. You'd be working with kids or families or mums. I really, really, really like this energy, Chris. This is beautiful energy. There's nothing negative here. Now, this may or may not stand for Greg. This may stand for a businessman offering you something very stable, something you really want to do. And it's like I'm getting this helping people. You can see the end result, not just numbers on a piece of paper or money getting paid. This is more like a personal journey and experience where you feel at the end of the day, the working day, you feel that you not only sorted out a problem, but you actually help somebody. Yeah, so your outcome cards in July, this card represents a secret, okay? The Jack of Spades is a secret. You're holding on to a very nice secret here. This is something that's going to make you very, very happy and satisfied. The 5 of Diamonds would be a new job, but then we have this. This is a broken contract here. This is not my responsibility, so the contract is now null and void. So what's my assumption here with what I'm seeing? My feeling is that you're going to know or you're going to apply for something. You're going to be very, very suited to what this is. Your way of getting out of where you are would be to say that you placed responsibilities on me that were not my responsibilities. You then put blame on me for those things not being done when they weren't mine to start with. So the contract you had with me is not binding because you did not live up to your end of the deal. But I do feel that it's something to do with women and kids of where you would be. Now the hospital building, it did come out in the first part of the reading, so let's just see what we get here. Just to finish the reading off. Career for Crystal. Career for Crystal, and we're going to do the same thing. The Pentacles will be where you currently are, and the 10 of Swords will be the hospital kind of setting. 10 of Wands will be more of a government or something like that. That was a Queen of Swords, by the way, that just fell on the table. What's going to happen in regards to opportunity? That was King of Pentacles. What's going to happen with Crystal for July in regards to her career?
Almost every girl that comes in who's single, it's on call, they're
Bottom of the deck, something coming to a close but not completely finished. So I feel that you're going to continue working on where you are, but you're looking at closing it off with that being upside down like that. Your challenge areas in July is just wanting to escape, wanting to get free of something, emotionally disconnecting yourself in the career. And the Seven of Cups, looking at all the options, what have you got laid out in front of you, what can you do, where can you go? Okay, you will be working hard and looking at what you need to be doing. I usually feel that in business, she's kind of like the Empress. She's the hard worker. People know that she's on track with what she's doing. It could also be showing you that this is a friend that you're going to be friendly with during July. This is somebody you're going to be in contact with about things. It is showing this betrayal, feeling stabbed in the back about something during July. Now, when I see this with work, I feel like this is somebody that's been doing the wrong thing in the background, okay, in regards to work. There is a new opportunity coming in. The Page of Cups is an opportunity. I know it's about a romantic thing, but I feel this is to do with a new thing that you know could grow and be something part of what you want to do. You will be moving towards something during July that's going to make you very happy. You will be celebrating also in July. So you're definitely going from your 8 of Cups to your 10 of Cups. This is really good energy. Again, I'm feeling with Page of Cups and the 10 of Cups and all of this, I'm still feeling this is something to do with family, children, pregnancy, babies, all of that sort of energy. Your outcome card is manifesting to make something happen. And that's what we've got. And lastly, Chris, we'll just do 3 of these. Just 3 more cards for Chris on July and career. Career, July. On bottom of the deck. There are some annoying things going on in July for you. That's sitting underneath. That can be about somebody trying to sabotage you as a person in your career. You will want to travel and move. You're going to be talking about moving in July. You're being told that it's only a matter of time. You just got to take your time and it's going to change. There are some challenges you're going to be facing during July in regards to work. But the mountains just mean that the challenges are there, but you have everything within your power to get past that challenge. Okay, lastly we have Alyssa. Let me just check PayPal. Okay, so I'm assuming that's a detailed reading, is it? Okay, just wanted to know about possible new... Oh, so his name's Cash. Wow. I've never ever heard of somebody called Cash, not even on a movie or anything. Is that a typical name? I've never heard that name before, Cash. I've heard of Chaz. I've heard of Cassidy. I've never heard of Cash. Okay, so Alyssa, you would like to know about this connection with this person, Cash, detailed reading. Oh, it's an American thing, is it? It's like Candy. Candy, we have Cindy, but Candy is sort of like more of an American kind of thing. There's a lot of names that you guys have that we do have them now here, mostly through actors and singers and things like that. You know, people get these names, but yeah, these names are not something known to me here. What's that one? Oh, Candice. Yeah, we spell it with a C, Candice. We have Candice over here. But Candice is more of a, to me, to my knowledge, Candice is more like a British kind of name. I might be wrong on that. I might be wrong on that. All right, so let's have a look. Ooh la la. This might be something Remember in previous readings, Alyssa, I said about that through a friend, you were going to be meeting someone. There was going to be this romantic thing coming in, and I felt that through a friend you were going to be meeting this person, so it looks like it's finally here. So let's have a look. Good luck, Alyssa, with this. Okay. Okay. Your friend is a singer and guitarist. Okay, cool. All right, so your friend wants you and Cash to meet up. So let's see, what's the connection going to be like for Alyssa and Cash? Now we're going to nominate that Cash is clubs. Cash is clubs, okay? And if the Queen of Clubs comes out, that's you in your connection to Cash, okay? So Cash is clubs. What's going to happen with this connection with Cash and Alyssa? Will it be friendship or more? Will this be a long friendship? Will this be romantic? What will happen between Cash and Alyssa? So your friend's a matchmaker, eh? I went out with this young woman once and we went to a dancing thing, and she really, really, really liked this guy that danced with her. They were doing that Latin stuff, salsa. I couldn't do it. I'm too used to my, jazz ballet and all of that sort of thing. And but anyway, at the end of the night, I went up and said to the person, I said, have you got a phone? Yeah. Can you give it to me so I can put her number in there? And he went, what? And I said, she really likes you, but she won't say anything. She took off and went and hid in my car. And she said, what are you doing? I said, life's too short. You like the person, you might never see him again. I said, change numbers and see where it goes. But yeah, I liked being a matchmaker. When I could see that two people were good together, I wanted to do something about it. All right, this is just telling me like a business kind of connection. It's sort of like talking and, very, this masculine energy coming out in this reading. Okay, right at the top we got you sitting next to another female here. So I don't know if Cash has recently gone through something very bad with some ex-girlfriend or some kind of, if he was married or got divorced or whatever, but this is looking like that something quite severe came to an end for him. He sees you as fitting into his crowd. The 8 of Hearts, and you've got the 7 of Hearts over here, and 6 of Diamonds. This is where it works well. I mean, if you were to get a job at the same place together, you would be very dedicated to each other. He does feel that you might be somebody that's looking for a life partner, that you are somebody that not only fits very well, but feeling that you might be somebody that's at this level of I'm ready to be with somebody, but because of this he might be a little bit standoffish in the beginning here. Welcome G-Ram. I don't know if anybody's coming in here for lunch, but if you did want to do donation, G-Ram, I could probably go somewhere else and do a recording if I can't continue on in here. All right, and same with Bethel, if Bethel is still around. Astro Love has donated already. Oh, Astro Love wants to donate as well. Okay, if you guys want to donate, just donate, and if I can't do it in here, I'll just go somewhere else and do recordings, okay? But not too many. All right, the challenges for Cash and you being together is another male. I feel this is your connection to Fernando or just other connections you have, Alyssa, because it's sitting with all of this blackness about things that didn't work with somebody else. So the connection, the challenge to be around you and be with this person is other things that don't fit together, okay? Moving forward with what might happen between the two of you, you've got invitations to do things, but it's showing up with like 2 black 2s. The 2 black 2s is where somebody doesn't want to commit to anybody at this time, but you've got this nighttime card and the 10 of diamonds, and this is where somebody wants to socialize and go out, and it's sort of, that's all it is at this point. The outcome, the turnaround, is for a while it'll look like maybe there's nothing there. This is sort of like, I don't know if he's going to call, I don't know if we're going to meet up again. He seems to have a lot of things he has to do, a lot of responsibilities to take care of. But this is showing that it might turn into something down the track. But in the initial phases, it looks like he thinks that you want a relationship, but he doesn't want a relationship. And you're thinking he's not interested or something, but you are interested. So it's literally like 2 people who've got different things going on in their heads in the beginning, but if you bring it together, it could be very, very good. This is where 2 people enjoy each other's company, want to make some sort of plans together, and this is coming out in your reading as like, what? I didn't think he was interested, you know, like it's, I feel he's interested and you're interested, but you've both got this fear thing going on, but he does have something wrong here. Maybe she's still in the picture, but it looks to me like whoever she is, it's done, but she may still be hanging around having something to say, trying to get his attention. If he was married or he's got kids or something like that, he could have where he's not ready for anything like that again, and he might not be ready for quite some time. But it does look like you share common ground. It does look like he worries that, you know, you're good looking, you're beautiful, so there must be somebody else. And you're looking at him thinking there's somebody else. There's no kids and never married. You don't think he was married. There's definitely somebody there in the background that he had a hard time with, that he broke up with, or that affected him very strongly. So maybe he was with somebody, she cheated on him and it broke his heart and he just doesn't trust, or something like that, because he's got you there, but he's looking at what happened before. He's newly single. Okay, so whatever happened there, and I do feel that she may still be hanging around in the background. Okay, let's see what else we get. What else do we get on Cash and Alyssa for the coming future friendship, or is it more? Starts off as a little friendship offer. This sometimes can be yucky because it can be just like a one-night stand and everybody gets all head over heels and then you don't hear from them again, you know. That is sitting in the problem area. You've got 2 opposing cards. This is like a fling, a one-night stand, an offer of friendship and fun, friends with benefits possibility. And then sitting in the challenge area, we have commitment, someone who wants something long-term. These 2 don't mix at all. There is also a detachment, emotional detachment from the past on both sides, sitting in the challenges with the 2 of you bringing things together. You will be making some kind of plans with the Magician here, trying to make something happen. Don't get too far forward with anything with this person too quickly. This can be a card where somebody's living in some kind of illusion that there's more than there is. It also can be showing that not everything's going to be wonderful about this person, the same as not everything's going to be wonderful on your side of things. There are some negative little bits and pieces there. Now, the Ten of Spades, Ten of Swords is usually, this is where something that has completely ended. It is sitting in reverse, so I do feel that there's something either attached to you or cash that's not quite sort of out of the picture properly. The outcome is going on a journey, feeling like rescuing one another, but there is still this dodging between two different things, not sure which way things are going to go. This can stand for making some sort of more firm commitment to each other, but it's in reverse at this stage, so it's just sort of showing me more like group get-together kind of energy, not anything too solid just yet. We finished this with the King of Swords. Now, I did nominate that Cash would be the King of Wands or Clubs. So I do feel he thinks that you're still tied up to somebody. So maybe when you meet up with him and you start talking, you may say, oh, such and such did this, or such and such did that, or maybe the friend that's bringing you two together has said, oh, she was with this person and now they've done this and that. So maybe there's a worry at the moment that getting involved too far, that you're still attached to somebody else, okay? All right, so that's Elissa. What did we have going on in PayPal? I'll just pull 3 of these for you, Elissa. What else does Elissa need to see about this possible connection to cash? It's looking pretty good, but I see that just don't try and see more before it's there. Okay, so there is a mountain there that you have to get over with cash. He could be Mr. Right here. This is somebody who wants to be by your side, but you've also got desire coming from elsewhere, because you're showing up as the woman who could have other people. He's showing up as the person who wants to be there. So you could be going at it as presenting yourself as, hey, yeah, I just want to have fun, but you're actually wanting him to be with you forever. You know what I mean? So this is how you're presenting and how he's seeing you, and this is what you're wanting. And I think that's what the mountain is. The mountain is him being this, because it's just new. You know what I mean? Sometimes people can meet each other and within a week or two they just know. Other times people meet each other and they meet each other and they meet each other and they're not too sure, and then maybe something gets together and maybe it doesn't. So yeah, I'm feeling that if you get past some hurdles, it could be something very, very nice. Very nice. Anyway, the timeline, I wasn't looking at timeline. Timeline would have been double numbers. Can you remember what double numbers I seen there? I don't know what doubles came out. Normally double numbers would mean a particular time frame. I wasn't looking for that. I only just looked up that now. I'll just quickly do these. Hang on. Is there a timeline? The twos came. Oh yeah, you had the twos. Twos would represent 2 months. It could be as far away as February next year, because it represents February. But yeah, the twos, you had the twos coming out. I'll just quickly ask, show me a quick timeline for a possible connection between Cash and Elissa, if it's going to happen. When is it going to happen, if it's going to happen? Quick timeline. I'm waiting for double cards to come out. 8. Okay, 8 would be August, which is 2 months. So the twos must be August, around August there would be, and that was cards about a party and a celebration, like a birthday party or going to watch a band play or going to the beach or whatever. So there's possibly connection happening around August time. Okay? All right, thank you. Okay, so let me just have a look here, what's going on here.
Sounds so easy.
It is. Simply call the friendly reinsurance team right now on 1300-712.
Okay, so we have GRAM with a detailed reading, is that? Is that a detailed reading you've paid for, GRAM? And then we have a detailed reading for Bethel, and Bethel wants...
When it comes time to make a claim, you or your family will be assigned a dedicated Australian-based claim specialist.
So does that mean you and your family will only have to speak to the one person throughout the entire claim process?
That's right.
What's this saying?
Manages end to end, so you don't need to keep repeating details to different people.
That's so helpful. So real insurance seems to really understand the importance of making the claim process as stress-free as possible, don't they?
They do. You see,
I'm not really understanding that, Bethel, so if you could send me, because it says so, and I can see you in my head going, so,
premiums you pay after your 12-month anniversary.
this is about this Virgo. So the person that you know that's the Virgo,
Hundreds of thousands of Australians who already trust reinsurance to protect.
I don't understand what every light, you said the bar, the parking, and even at the bar, he, and then I can't see any more. So can you send me that in WhatsApp so I can read through it, and then I'll hopefully get the reading done in here. Nobody's coming here at the moment. I'm just going to drink some tea before we get on to GRAM. Okay, so GRAM is first and then Bethel. Has GRAM got a question?
I got